Welcome to Stupid Meat Eater Comments. This video series presents some of the amazingly stupid comments by non-vegan YouTubers on my channel's debates and videos. Here are this week's top 5 picks. Our first comment comes to us from Epic Trolling Center, who said,
"No, they do not have a nutritional requirement to kill things or a nutritional requirement for meat. They have a nutritional requirement for what's in meat. If they consumed something that had an equivalent amount of nutrients to the meat, they would be fine. Lions don't have the capability to make alternatives. No, but we have the capability to make alternatives for them."
The lengths that meat eaters will go to justify their consumption of animal products. Epic Trolling Center here is suggesting that hypothetically we have the ability to feed all carnivorous animals such as lions and other predatory animals a vegan analog. The reasoning behind this is that if it's right for other animals to eat other animals, therefore it's right for humans to eat other animals. If it's not right for humans, then it should not be right for other animals, and therefore we should hand-feed vegan food to the billions upon billions of wild animals. This is just ludicrous. Not only would it be impossible to capture, house, and care for all wild animals on land and sea, it would be impossible to feed them a vegan diet, as the amount of food necessary to produce would be in such quantity and cost that it would be unfeasible. It is true meat-eating animals do not have a requirement for specifically the meat, but the nutrients found in the correct proportions within the meat. Humans do not need to eat animals to get their daily needed nutrients, as we have alternatives that wild animals do not. Technology has allowed for us to grow better crops with higher yields, transport them more easily and cheaply, and provide them to a wider range of people at a reduced cost. This makes being a vegan easy in most parts of the world. Arguing to absurd ends in an attempt to dismiss veganism is idiotic. Our second comment comes to us from John Fisher 55, who said,
"If none eats animals, they will eventually overpopulate and cause many problems for people. What then? If cows, pigs, deer, chickens, and so on, if they overpopulate and there ends up being more of them than us."
That's right, everyone. We need to eat cows, chickens, pigs, and all the other farmed animals, otherwise they will multiply and take over the world. Seriously? Perhaps if all of a sudden we released all animals held in captivity, they would cause some issues. But no one is suggesting that it's likely to happen. Farmed animals are forced bred by humans. Farmers breed enough animals to match the demand needed to satisfy the consumers. If demand goes down, so would supply. If we ever got to a tipping point where farmed animals were being released, there would be far fewer of them around, and we could take care of them until they live out the rest of their natural life. Animal populations in the wild match their food sources. Do you see populations explode where a balance in nature is found? No. Animals we regularly kill for food are no danger to us, and therefore such justification for eating animals is transparently frivolous. Our next comment comes to us from Master Paladin, who said,
"Have you heard of the blood type diet? I'm a blood type O negative, so I'm supposed to be a genetic meat eater. I had the cave person-like fangs at one point before my orthodontist filed them down. I missed them so. Without enough animal fat protein, I don't maintain enough muscle or energy and may fall asleep randomly, but I more feel like a functional omnivore. I hate corn-fed meats, and the amount of antibiotic contamination keeps filling my gut flora. I'd like to try natural antibiotic-free meats."
The blood type diet is the brainchild of Peter J. D'Adamo, outlined in his book Eat Right for Your Type. He claims that your blood type, A, B, or O, is the most important factor in determining a healthy diet. However, the consensus among dietitians, physicians, and scientists is that his theory is not supported by scientific evidence. D'Adamo claims that blood group O as the hunter, blood group A as the agrarian or cultivator, blood group B as the nomad, and blood group AB as the enigma. D'Adamo has received criticism for his books and claims because he has not provided adequate evidence and explanations on how he reached these conclusions. D'Adamo has no peer-reviewed articles with data supporting his claims. His claims regarding ABO-specific lectins existing in foods is not substantiated by established biochemical research. His supposed clinical trials have never been published. What you find here is another quack trying to sell books rather than give any real nutritional advice. In regards to your cave person-like fangs, have you taken a look at a gorilla? I'm sure they make your canines look feeble in comparison, and yet gorillas are nearly 100% herbivores. Who would have thought? Our next comment comes to us from Invid024, who said,
"A life is a life, whether it's a plant or an animal. Something has to die in order to eat and survive, so vegans and vegetarians are all fucked up. Check your thought. Beef. It's what's for dinner.
Okay, a life is a life. So I guess there is as much wrong with killing a human as there is for, let's say, mowing your lawn and killing grass and shrubs. Obviously, you don't think that a life is a life because we all realize that plants are fundamentally different from animals. Sure, plants are alive, and so are animals. However, plants are not sentient. Life is not the issue. Sentience is. A plant dying for my survival is not the same as an animal dying for my survival. I can live a healthy life without eating another animal ever again, but you would not survive long on an exclusively meat-based diet. This all too often comment is poorly thought through and makes me cringe every time I have to address it. Let's hope I don't hear it again. But who are you kidding, right? Our last comment comes to us from Prog47, who said,
Hey, I was a vegan and then a vegetarian for 2 years. I recently gave up and started eating meat again. My main reasons for this was, A. I was feeling like a religious person having faith about the fact that some animals are being saved, but where is the proof? 2. I found it very difficult to get the protein I need. I'm trying to gain muscle. Even with tofu and soya meat, I found it very time-consuming. I would like your thoughts, especially on my first point.
So let me see. Which of the two does veganism resemble the most? A. Most religious people were brought up by religious parents or a religious community and never decided to be religious but instead had it instilled in them from an early age. B. Most religious people believe in a wide range of unconfirmed set of beliefs and dismiss any criticism that is contrary. C. Most religious people believe that humans are special because they are created in God's image and therefore the earth and everything on it is for our use. D. Most religious holy books outline specific immoral behavior as good. E. Most religious people feel compelled to do good because it's commanded and fear of punishment if they fail to live up to the demands. Veganism, on the other hand, A. is often a personal choice made by people who, despite having been brought up to believe in the acceptability of eating and using animals, have made a change. B. Most vegans go vegan for very good reasons backed up by leading scientific studies looking into animal behavior, cognition, nutrition, causes of disease, environmental impact, resource management, social effects, and many other factors. C. Vegans better acknowledge that we too are animals, and yes, we may have certain advantages over other animals, namely our intelligence. We share this world with other beings, and just like we have a moral responsibility to other humans, we should conduct ourselves with other species with the same level of care and compassion. D. Vegans do not rely on supposedly divine books to direct their actions. We use our intellect to direct our actions so that we can conduct ourselves in the most responsible way. We take control of our lives and actions and ensure that our lives accurately reflect our beliefs. E. Vegans work towards a better future for all sentient animals, humans and non, and do what is right because it's right, not because it's making a huge impact or not. It makes a difference to each and every animal that you allowed killed in your honor. So what do you think? Veganism sounds like a religious person having faith? Not in the slightest. In regards to protein, spend a few minutes on Google and type in vegan sources of protein and you'll find all the information you could possibly want. There you have it, 5 stupid comments from 5 different YouTubers. Which comment would you vote to win the Dumbass of the Week award? Would it be 1. Epic Trolling Center, who suggests that we should feed all wild predatory animals vegan foods. 2. John Fisher 55, who is concerned about being overrun by farmed animals. 3. Master Paladin, who thinks that you should eat based upon your blood type. 4. Invid024, who thinks a life is a life, irrespective if it's a plant or an animal. Or 5. Prog47, who thinks veganism is more like a religious person having faith. Please leave your votes and comments below, and if you enjoyed this video, remember to press the like button and share. If you would like to submit a video or audio reading of an upcoming stupid comment, send me a private message. Thanks for watching. Want to see more? Click subscribe and keep an eye out for the next Stupid Comments video coming out next Friday. Follow me on my brand new Facebook, Twitter, and Google Plus pages. Links are in the description. Lastly, head over to my channel and check out all the debates, presentations, and videos.